The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Namaskar, this is Dada Ranjitananda, and today we'll continue with our Ashtanga Yoga course. Today is the class number 12. Now, the main thing about Ashtanga Yoga is the practice. We have been learning a lot, but the most important part is the practice. Practice is 99%, I would even say 99.9% is practice. And theory is the remaining 1%, or even more precise, 0.01%. It means that everything has a value when you apply. If you are just listening to the theory, memorizing the theory, you know the theory, but you are not doing it, it will have very little effect on you, and it will help you very little. Therefore, the most important thing is that you practice it. So today, I want to see or to review some of the practice based on what we have taught so far, or what we have talked about so far. Practice should be daily. And let's consider the day, that cycle, starting from the moment you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, that's a very important moment. And we human beings are mental beings. Of course, we have a physical body, but our main existence is mental. Therefore, you wake up in the morning, your mind starts working. When it starts working, the first thought that comes to your mind is very important. That thought, we need to practice to make it a positive thought. Even more than positive, I would say a spiritual thought. What is spiritual here? I'm not so much referring to a particular religion. I'm referring to something that is beyond the physical and beyond the mental. Something that is very large, without barriers, let's say infinite. Because we human beings have this thirst for something great, for something infinite. We are never satisfied with just a little. If I say, for example, would you like happiness in your life? Most people will say yes. And if I ask a second question, how much? 5 minutes, 1 day, 3 years? People will want it always. Therefore, we are not limited to just a little, to want limited amount. Even in material things, people want more and more. Means there is no limit for how much we want. That is because we want the unlimited, the infinite. So spiritual is what's related to the infinite. Anything that finishes, that ends, you cannot say it's spiritual. It may be mental, like knowledge and things like that, but spiritual is related to that unlimited, to the infinite. So here we want something positive, but we want something spiritual. That's what we really want, some spiritual thought. How to have a spiritual thought is difficult because the mind is related to the material world, to the limited world. Yogis use mantras to remind us of something infinite. So usually a mantra is a sentence, a word that reminds us of the infinite. During this course, we have talked about the mantra Baba Nam Kevalam. You can also learn more about the meditation with this mantra in another course. It's a meditation course that I have published. So now you are just waking up in the morning. You are conscious. Bring the mantra to your mind. If you have a friend who is not a meditator, who doesn't think about mantras, who doesn't want to know about mantras, then just tell them, think about something very positive. Even write something in a piece of paper or so and keep near you so that in the morning it shows to you, it appears to you, and that thought is the first thought of your day. So a very positive thought, a spiritual thought, the mantra. Sit for a minute, repeat the mantra in your mind, think about the meaning. Baba, infinite love, the most beloved. Nam, that feeling, you're feeling it. Kevalam, only that. That is the practice you can do in the morning to make your wake up a very empowering activity. All right, so there he starts the practice. Then you thought about the mind, now let's think about the body. Now you're going to move your body. You know, movements affect very much the way our body functions. So here there is a mudra, an exercise that you can do. It's a morning exercise. It's called in Sanskrit Utkepa Mudra. You might have noticed that I like to add Sanskrit terms during the course. I'm not expecting you to memorize these terms at the moment, nor you need to memorize, but because the philosophy and practice of yoga is based on the Sanskrit language, it is good to have an introduction to it in the early stages so that you become more familiar with it as you move ahead, and that these terms come to your mind slowly, slowly. And when you go for more advanced practices, you have a good base. So don't worry too much about the Sanskrit terms, but just as much as you can, keep them in your mind. So this morning exercise, or the Utkepa Mudra, how is it done? You will be on your bed. So lie on the bed. While lying on the back, you're lying on the back, you flex both the arms and legs, bringing them over the chest, as you can see in the figure. Then you return them immediately to the extended position. Here, because this is a mudra and not an asana, we talked about asanas, this is a mudra. Asanas are usually soft, gentle. Mudra is a little bit more brisk. Here you see the description that you flex the arms and legs, bringing them over the chest, and then return immediately to the extend position. And you do this a few times. Let's say, okay, let me bring it back here. Let's say 3 or 4 times you do it. What happens when you are doing this movement? You are pressing your lungs, therefore air is coming out. You are extending them, so it's easier for air to come in. You are stimulating the digestive system, if there is gas from the night, or it will be expelled and things like that. So that it will have movement on your circulatory system, because now your heart will accelerate. In your respiratory system, digestive system, all systems of the body get a little bit activated with this mudra. After you do this a few times, sit on the bed and drink. Okay, you did it. Sit up in the bed, drink a glass of water. It doesn't have to be cold, at room temperature. You can leave the water in the glass overnight, so in the morning it's kind of room temperature. You drink it in a special way, without allowing the water to touch the teeth. To do that, it's kind of, you will tilt your head up, and the water will be kind of go straight in, and you swallow it. Advantage of this method of drinking: you will notice that it will create much more movement in the esophagus, and in the throat will be moving more. It will also not be touching the teeth and the tongue very much, because you haven't yet cleaned them yet in the morning. These are the main things for this method of drinking. So it stimulates more the digestive system. It is very important that in the morning we can stimulate the digestive system, so that we can empty the bowels. You know, food, it comes in, gets digested, absorbed, and a very important is it gets eliminated. So this flow is very important. And this exercise helps to stimulate the flow. After that, you drink the water, you are sitting to drink, you didn't stand up yet. Now you stand up. You stand up and you can uncover your navel area. Raise the clothes, uncover it, so that air can touch that area. And you walk a little bit in the room, if outside is cold, if you have a veranda or the possibility to go a little bit outside and let fresh air touch the navel area of the body, the exposed navel area. It's very medicinal. This area controls the heat in the body. Therefore, this practice refreshes, and this fresh air has a special effect on this navel area. Okay, that completes the mudra. You did the flexing legs and arms, you sat down, you drank the water, you stood up, expose your navel area, walked a little bit around. That's the mudra, that's the exercise. It's a very good exercise for the morning. As we are talking about morning, the question may come when to wake up. I will not give a time, I will just give some guidelines. The first one is that it is good to wake up early. Then you ask, how early? Of course, it depends on your daily life. Maybe you have to go to sleep late and then you cannot wake up so early. But if you can go to sleep early, wake up early, it's good to wake up, let's say around 5 a.m. Why? That time of the day, most people are not yet awakened. the vibration is more subtle. Everything is kind of starting. Therefore, you start your day in that flow that the nature also is starting. You are starting up with nature. Sun is rising. Of course, this may change depending on where you live. If you live in a tropical area, if you live in a cold country, in the north, in the winter, the sun will come very late. Things change, so you can adjust accordingly, but keep in mind that it is better to wake up before everything starts. Before everybody is awake and the traffic is going, everything is moving. Wake up before that. Then you do all your morning practices. All right. We talked about niyama. Niyama is a practice. It has to be put into practice. So now you have already been awakened for some time and you had the first thought very positive, then you moved your body and now you are up and running. Good time to start practicing. Start with the niyama. Morning cleanliness. Shaucha, first point of niyama. You can do a shower, you can shower, take a bath. At least you should do a half bath. That's the minimum. It's better a full bath, shower. Do your personal hygiene, your regular cleaning. I think today hygiene is very advanced. Mouth hygiene is very important. And one point I want to add here is about cleaning the tongue. I've noticed that most people are very particular about cleaning the teeth, but sometimes they don't think about the tongue. The tongue also accumulates a lot of toxins. It is good to clean. How to clean? There is something called a tongue cleaner. They come in different shapes. I'm showing here in the picture a very simple one. It's made of stainless steel. There are some made of copper, different, even plastic, different materials. This one is very simple. It's basically a piece of metal that is curved. So you hold it with the two hands, and the curved part you use to scrape the tongue as far as you can scrape the tongue. That will remove this coating of toxins that gets accumulated. So that's a very important thing. Just adding some point here. All right, I move ahead. You are practicing niyama. The next point of niyama is santosha, or contentment. That one you can practice all day long, but particularly in the morning, observe yourself. Did you wake up with that feeling of contentment? Not. If not, make an effort to change that mood. Mental effort. Observe yourself all times. If you notice that discontentment is creeping in, counteract. One point that helps a lot is don't expect anything from others. If you expect something and you don't get it, you may be disappointed and maybe your contentment can be shaken. But if you don't expect anything, whatever comes is extra. That will be very helpful. And then remember that we don't need so much. the essential things are limited. What we have usually is quite enough. There are situations that people are suffering because they don't have almost anything. In that case, it's not for us to feel bad for them, but it is for us to feel concerned and take action. And we'll see that some of the points of our practice are that we should help others, we should do something for others, we should be active, making this a better world, a better society for everyone. So you are practicing contentment. This you are doing in the morning, but you will do whole day. Then practice tapa. Be selfless. Do some sacrifice. Be ready to undergo a little bit suffering to help others. To reach a higher cause. Maybe you are waking up early, it's a much effort for you, but it will be beneficial and you will get used to it. As you practice it, you get used to it. And here, in the point of tapa, do some social service, volunteer, do something for others. This can be practiced during the whole day. And I will resume it, summarize it in one sentence that do something for others daily, which you don't get paid for. I saw a quote very similar to this, but I couldn't find the exact quote to add here. Then I just wrote it with my own words like that. Every day, do something that you are not paid for and that will help other people. That will be tapa, sacrifice, selflessness. Still niyama, study. Spiritual scriptures, spiritual text, understand it, try to understand it. Now you are in the morning. Add it to your morning. Read at least a quote in the morning, a sentence, a paragraph. It will give you food for thought the whole day. It may give you an inspiration for the whole day. Last point of niyama. Ishvara pranidhan, Sanskrit. Meditation. Practice the meditation. Every morning, you finish your shaucha, sit down for meditation. Means you finish the cleanliness, morning cleanliness. Now you're purified physically, mentally. Sit down, meditate. Use the mantra, Baba Nam Kevalam. Repeat the mantra, 5 minutes, just repeating the mantra. Making an effort to feel what the mantra is giving you. The mantra is about infinite love, it's about infinite peace, it's about the infinite. So feel that expansion. Only feel that universal love, that universal peace, that universality, expansion. Feel it, the greatness. 5 minutes. That can be complete. That can complete your morning practice. If you are an experienced meditator, meditate longer. Do all the practices that you have learned, the meditation practice. Reserve a little bit more time. It will only benefit you. It's an investment of time. Maybe you have to wake up a little bit earlier, but the benefit will be immeasurable. Okay, you addressed all points, actually all points of niyama. Then do asana. Finish meditation. That's a good moment for asana. You just finished the meditation. You are very peaceful. Now work on your body. asana. You haven't eaten yet, so the right moment. You already refreshed the body before the meditation. You did your morning cleanliness. Warm up your body a little bit. Go for the asanas, 3 basic asanas. Self-massage, relax, finish your relaxation, wait a little, take a short walk, wait 10, 20 minutes before touching water, drinking water, or food, eating food. Wait. So that moment that you're waiting after asana, that's a good moment that you can practice the swadhyaya, the study. You can take a book, read a little bit, read for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Get your morning dose of swadhyaya, your morning dose of spiritual text, of study. Now you have given nutrition to your you have given a lot of nutrition to your mind with the meditation, and you made your body move. All your metabolism is activated, and then you rested a little bit, read a little bit time passed after asanas. Your body is now normalized. Time to take your breakfast. Proper eating is a very important practice. It's something that you do every day, so food has a tremendous effect on us. Nutritious fruits, vegetarian, vitamins, freshness, energy, get all that from your food. Just keep in mind that it is also the same way that meditation is a practice, asana is a practice. Food, breakfast is also a practice. You are doing that practice every day, and it's building up your body and affecting the mind also. I will not add more about what to eat in the breakfast, things like that, in this course. But I just want to make the point of the importance. Now you are ready for the day, ready to face whatever comes in your job, in your school, family. If you can have this complete morning routine, it can change life, can change the quality of life, because it changes us inside, how we see things and how much we are prepared for things. You will take some time in the morning, and this is a preparation time. You're preparing yourself, and then you go for the day. So these moments of preparation are very important. They will make a big change in your life. And you can make a comparison. If you take the time to wake up early and do all this preparation before you engage in the regular day-to-day life, it will make the difference like that. Just think, if you come to a movie, you come to watch a movie, so you come a little bit early, you have time to find a proper seat, you have time to settle down, then the movie starts, you will be able to follow it quite well. Now picture a different scenario. You arrive a little bit late. It already started. Now you have difficulty to find a place to sit. Then you found the place. You are still a little bit buzzed. by all the procedures that you went through. Then now you sit down, now you start watching the movie, and it started just a few minutes ago. You missed just a little bit, maybe 3, 5 minutes in the beginning. But what happens? That beginning is usually very important. And when you miss that, you cannot understand what's going on anymore. You miss some critical hints of what is happening. And you start asking your neighbor, hey, why this? What's happening? What's that? What's this? You are not really following it perfectly. Now it's the same thing. If you start your day in a preparing very well and then you start the day, it will flow in a certain way. If you jump everything fast, you wake up, just clean yourself, run to work, or grab something, eat, and then you go to work, it's another experience. The whole day is going to be different. And if that day is different, probably the next day also will be similar, and the next one similar. And your life will be in that way. Change it. Great preparation. That day is great. Next day, great. And the next day, great. That makes a great life. Of course, there are obstacles. Yes, life is not everything perfect. It's not because you start meditating, you start doing asanas, that everything will be perfect. No, but it will be much better. The quality of life will increase a lot. So this is it's an investment you are doing. Like even with money, you have to put some money down. Then you get the investment. Take some time to get the investment back, and then you start enjoying the profits. In this same way, you are investing a little bit your time, your energy, but then you will start getting it back. Then you will really feel that it was worth of an investment. And at the start, at the beginning of this class, I mentioned that the most important thing is what you practice, what you do, the actions that you take. All this knowledge will have no value if you are not implementing it in your daily life, not once a week, twice a week, not like that. It's like compared to eating. Oh yes, I eat once a week. I eat 3 times a week. What will happen to the body? Or, oh, I eat on Sunday because I have a lot of free time, then I can eat. Doesn't happen in that way. The same way, all these practices are like food. Food for the mind, food for all your internal organs, food for your glands. All those components of you are very important. Feed everyone, feed everything. Take care of each and every part, and everything will work much better. Don't expect perfection. You'll be disappointed, but expect better and better. All right. Questions? No questions? Okay, one question. The question is, I think I answered these questions previously, if we should do the asana before or the meditation before. Personally, in the morning, I prefer to do first the meditation. Then, immediately after meditation, I do the asanas. Why? I mean, I can give a lot of theoretical explanations, etc. But let's say that the morning you are coming from deep sleep, it's very subtle. Therefore, do first the subtle thing, which is the meditation. Then the more physical, which is the asanas. But in certain circumstances, like for example, I explained that after asanas, you should not finish the asanas, immediately eat. You should wait. If you are running out of time in the morning, you have always to rush because you have to go very early out, then maybe you can change it. So you first do the asanas and then do the meditation, because after meditation, you don't need to wait before you eat. So you can do the asana first, then the meditation, then you eat, then you go out. Okay? But if you have the choice, meditate first and then do the asana. Okay. One last quote. In every aspect of life, purity and holiness, cleanliness and refinement exalt the human condition. Even in the physical realm, cleanliness will conduce to spirituality. And that was by Abdul Baha'i. That's from the Baha'i movement. They are very universalists, very interesting social outlook. And this is a very nice quote. Cleanliness. Even physical environment, keep the environment clean, everything that will be very conducive. That's the closing for today. And I thank you for taking the time to watch this webinar or follow live this webinar and practice even a little bit. You don't have to practice everything I talked about here. But one thing, choose one of the things, practice. You already notice some difference. Then you next add a little bit more. So do this gradual thing. Don't try to do too much at once. Like eating. First you eat, then you chew, then you swallow. You don't get the whole thing and put inside. You will not be able to chew what to say about swallowing. Therefore, the same with knowledge. Don't put too much. Practice. Don't add too many things at once. You added one thing, you felt comfortable, you can manage it. Yes, okay, then you are ready for the next one. And ready for the next one. Gradual, but keep gradually increasing. Avoid having to reduce, means gradually, as you are finding time, energy, you are gradually increasing. Then it will be a lot one day, but you can hold it. Thank you very much. Namaskar. I salute that divine within you with all the good thoughts of my mind and love of my heart. Namaskar.